Hello and welcome back. So it is another morning and it is another year of cleaning all of the pigeon poo and other bird poo and bits and crud and stuff off the balcony. So I do this every year because we're a top floor balcony. I'm just putting some shoes on that have got holes in so that I don't accidentally put on a decent pair. Although I'm wearing decent jeans, so I'm probably going to wreck a decent pair of jeans. But anyway, yeah, I'm still ill with a cold, to be honest. But even during lockdown, I don't remember having this many really nice days consecutively to the point where I could paint the wood without having to worry about whether it's going to rain. So let's get it done before something changes. I've already bought the paint, so I'd prefer to go mahogany, but we're on country oak because I need to put Ronseal on it. Last year I put an inferior paint that I bought from Screwfix on, and it did nothing for it. So I need something that's going to actually treat the wood, because that's one of the problems we have, is that it cracks. Obviously gets rained on all year round. And this was dirt cheap at Home Bargains. They've already sold out because I went in there yesterday to get a planter and they've already sold out of this, so this has got to be enough. Unless I can find another Home Bargains which has got it. They only had country oak. And typically they're cutting the grass over there. So now I'm going to end it with hay fever. Right, so let me show you the balcony. So here we are. We seem to have just launched into cutting the grass over there, so there's a lot of racket. It's a right mess because all of the planters at some point we've had to pull out because so we've had pigeons nesting there. This is all this year. Starting nests, I might add. So putting twigs down, which we've been brushing away because we don't want them here, because that's one of the reasons why the wood has caved in previous years, because of all the drop-ins and the dead pigeons in nests, which degrade the wood naturally. They're not actually on the roof over there where they normally are, so they probably started another nest. But the last one that they started was actually here, which is what this is. So this big aloe vera was here, and I knew that they were messing around and they were going over here, so I put all of the bird netting up. And because the bird netting was actually set there, and then I wound it all the way round, it made a little space for them. So then they went under the bird netting, which I'd put out, and made a nest. And then, of course, when I tried to scare them, they all got caught up in the bird netting. So we've had to pull it all out. So we're going to paint this bit. And then there's a planter. This planter here has rusted and the bottom has come out of that, so this plant has got to go in there, which I just bought yesterday. So I mean, at the minute it's really untidy, and since the weather's gone so nice, ding, I want to be out here quicker than I thought, because it is only early April, and it's been like this pretty much since March. So I'm just going to do a big clean up and crack on, to be honest. It's the only thing I can do. Right. I mean, I knew it had rusted through, but I mean, that is rusted through. So the root ball was the only thing that meant we could move it. Naturally, that was too small. So aloe vera has gone in that one. That plant, it's rosemary. It's gone in there. I mean, the flowers fall off quite quickly anyway, and it's just, it doesn't flower through most of summer because it is, you know, rosemary, and you use it in food. But I hope it's going to be happy there. If we move, it ain't coming with us. So it lives the rest of its life here now. I mean, I have had, and I do apologise, there was an accident. But I mean, you're supposed to take it off, aren't you? Because we can all imagine that on our roast dinner. We just don't often see it with the flowers on it. It's the first year it's flowered really well, so I hate the fact that I've had to take it out of there, but you can see that is substantially smaller to that, so it needed a reshuffle, so it will be all right next year. It might suffer from being moved, but it could not stay in there. It's been a bit of a weird one this year because I did replant this out in March, which was probably a mistake, but that's been happy. Everything was in these smaller planters and they're just too small, and because of the issue we're having with pigeons, I want plastic planters that I can move comfortably. I mean, that we cannot move comfortably, but it has to be in there. Right, so I've got a lot of cleaning to do because obviously now I've got soil everywhere. So I'm going to crack on with the cleaning. And I mean, these are great if it's not raining, because when these get wet, these fall down, hence why they're lashed on. And they're still persisting. Okay, so we are all clean on this section. Sorry, neighbours. Yes. So I've been using stiff brush, dry, to get all the bits off, because obviously if there's like clumps of poo, I've been using that, and then soil and various other bits, and it doesn't come off if it's wet. And then I've given it a wet wash with bleach and fairy liquid. I don't need to do anything else. And now I'm going to bloody well paint it. Yeah, let's crack on. Let's stop talking. Okay, so there's lots of birds out here. This part is done. So even though it is country oak, I can barely see where the line is. I know where the line is. I've done up to where the damage is. So this bit's done, that bit isn't. And you can't tell the difference. So I'm really pleased with that. And now all of the planters are moved over onto the freshly painted bit. Husband has been in, put the bird wire up, put these back, and I'm going to clean this so that it's ready. I mean, at first glance it doesn't look bad, but it is the stuff. Yeah, it needs cleaning. That's like bleach that was intended to stop pigeons, but I don't know if it did. So I am going to clean this, and then I am going to paint it tomorrow morning, and then hopefully everything is going to be done and I don't have to think about this. Yeah, it's very noisy here, that ice cream van, I swear to God. Every year I hope that they've actually bothered washing the van, and every year they haven't. So 2020, that first guy, the first time that guy started turning up when we were in lockdown, and the roof was disgusting, and it's still disgusting. Anyway, this is my balcony. Chairs are out. Sun is out. Planters are back. It's not been bad this year. This seems to match up really well. I've still got some awful patches of damage on this. Obviously we've put this mat down because the wood's quite damaged in some places, but yay, it's time to rest. Yeah, so what, rosemary, my rose, some anti-rhinums, snapdragons, which have self-seeded. This is Astrania Roma. This was bought last year, so hopefully this is going to survive. This here is a delphinium, so that seems to be doing okay. I have strawberries there. They are only wild strawberries. This is called chocolate vine. It's doing okay. It's just about to flower, and it has climbed. Some aloe vera. We've kind of left this bit clear. I've put more snapdragons in here, and we've netted that to stop the pigeons because they're just a pain in the bottom. That was mint and strawberries, but it doesn't seem to have fared well, so I'm probably going to get some mint plants and put it in there. I am not doing tomatoes this year because I'm fed up with it. I've had 1 year of decent tomatoes here, and it's just always been crap. And my old apartment, which used to be, so that's Man United, and my old apartment is just behind that building. Every year tomatoes are fabulous there, and they've just never been any good here. It doesn't seem to matter what I do, so I'm not giving over any space to them this year. This is it. I don't want any. Yeah, I'm just not getting into it. I'll just buy my tomatoes. I just can't. I can't put myself through it anymore. I mean, this was where I had my lettuce last year, and then all I had was pigeons sat in it. There they are, the menaces. So yeah. Happy to get this done. Happy to get this done in 2 days, and happy to get everything all back nicely ready to just chill. Just chill. And you can probably see in there, the guys have been washed, and that's everybody's been laundered, but because this has been wet, they haven't come out here. So I should probably really bring them out, but I haven't. So I'm being incredibly cruel. Right, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Goodbye.